Okay guys, here we are back on our Let's Play game, and the first thing I want to do is just go and check here on our flight plan and see what flights we want to get. As I said, a lot of the early game is all about getting your planes to fly, obviously different flights. So Warsaw to Stockholm, so we're ending up Stockholm to London. Okay, so London tomorrow for the 180, and London tomorrow for the 126 as well. So I'm going to do a quick check here at the start of the day. Okay, we've got a London there, which is until Friday. And it's going over to America. Now, it's a pretty decent premium, but I'm going to have a look at what else is going on here as well. And I like the way it's until Friday as well. It gives us almost a week there to fly that one. So I think I will pick that one up and just see if anything else came in there. Oh, London to Paris. That's on Monday. That's not great. Now, 3600 was the range, I think, for our smaller planes. So that could be good, but it's not until Tuesday, unfortunately. So I guess for now we'll just leave it there, and we'll go put that flight in, and then we want to find obviously somewhere that's going to be let's put it in there, where there's a free gate. Okay, so we need Chicago back to London sometime Sunday or Monday, or anywhere in America back to anywhere in Europe would be good, and it will take out that 62k that we're losing. Although we are going to still make money even if we did it this way around, and we get 131 grand profit on that one, so that's pretty decent. Now this is where branches can come into play actually. I don't actually remember what branches I got, but let's have a look here. LA. Okay, so LA is obviously in America.
Los Angeles. Hello.
Falcon lines.
We don't care how the weather is. Let's see.
I'd like to know what other flights you have.
What order flights they have. Okay, so these are kind of all internal by the looks of it, or at least not going where we want them to go, which is a little bit of a shame. Well, there's one there with no penalty. LA to Houston on Sunday. I'm going to take that because there's no penalty. Oh, it's a cargo, 15 tons. Well, there's still no penalty, so I'll take it. Now, I haven't gone into cargo yet, guys. But you know what? I think now's probably a good time to do it now that's come up. So let's actually go to the flight plan here and go to our big plane that's over there. So these here are your flight orders, and they're great because I've completed them. Over here we've got cargo. So 15 tons. This can take 24 tons, which means you can do it in one trip. If it was, say, 48 tons of cargo, we could do it in 2 trips. So you can still complete the order, providing you can complete it on time. You just do it over more trips. But this one here is on Sunday, LA to Houston. Now we're going to lose 27 grand there, but then we're going to earn 91. And there was no penalty, so it was definitely worth taking. This is 75 grand loss. Before it was 62, so it's gone up a little bit, but with the money that we make here, we come out on top. So that's pretty good. And now Houston back to London would be our perfect flight for Monday, or even on Tuesday, and I could bump this one later on Tuesday. But so if we can find, again, somewhere in America back to London, that would be good. But that's why it's useful to have those branches. So let's go back to the boss's office and see what branches are available today. Warsaw and Detroit. So see, Sunshine Airways is currently the highest bidder on this one. So I'm going to take both of these, and yeah, hopefully we'll win those. I'll check them again at the end of the day. Quick look in the bank here, see how our share price is doing. Not great, but I'm not going to worry about that too much at this time, because there's no need to. Now, if we double hit H, we're going to run to the far end of this airport and see something you guys have not seen yet. Just on the topic of doing cargo, we'll have a look here now at these cargo flights. Now, sometimes with cargo, guys, you can make an absolute fortune. So don't neglect this area. It's definitely worth looking at. And if you can get some good cargo flights, then, as I say, you will make a lot of money out of doing it. It looks like right here we're not getting any really good ones. You know, London to Warsaw there is not bad, but for 30 grand, it's kind of not worth it. Kiev to London on Sunday. Yeah. No, okay. There's not really any good ones there, so we're going to leave that. What shall I show you guys next? Because we've got a little bit of free time here now, where I'll come back and I will check the this board really quickly, just to make sure there's nothing new going on here. But there isn't, which is kind of what I expected. So I'm thinking now, what else shall we do in this episode? Now, I don't think we're quite ready to take on any routes yet. That's the board there for the routes. So I guess the only thing we can really do, the museum's closed today. That's annoying. Well, we'll check our plane broker again, and yes, we will wait because there's somebody in there. I really want this to come down, because with the horseshoe thing, I find that once you get it, it actually, when you're looking for flights and things, you find the exact flights you need at really good premiums and things. So yeah, it's a little bit annoying that we don't have that right now. Okay, let's go back to our personal office. I want to check, and I'll click through this one. Advisors, what have we got here? Oil and kerosene. So I'll come on to the oil in a second, actually, just to explain that to you guys. Gifted fitness trainer. I believe that's better than what I currently have, so I'm just going to employ that person a second. Playing analyst, I don't worry about. Now speak to Mr. Hagedorn. And let me see if so I've got a very talented, so gifted is better than very talented, and less money, so that's awesome. So I'll fire this person, and if we run down to the bank, you'll see that I go even quicker. I think, marginally. If I get a very highly gifted one, he goes absolutely flying off. But anyway, there we go, that's good, that's going on. Now, if I go and check the flight plan, it's really trying to find flights from London tomorrow, and that's going to be like, gin if we can find that. London to Kiev or London to anywhere for the small plane, and for the big plane it's just finding those ones from LA back home. Now unfortunately there's not a lot you can do on a Saturday with certain things, because like last minute travel's closed, the advertising agency that's closed on weekends, the museum's closed on weekends, so I might end today quite early. Let's do that, and let's see how we do. 1.85, and we've gone up there 2.35. That's pretty good profit overnight there. So at the moment, we're third in terms of passengers transported. Haley's out in front, Zare's in number 2, then us in 3, and Captain Ash is number 4. Everything else is pretty good though, and we'll cancel the briefing. I'm not too worried about what he has to say for now. Let's see, did we get the branches that we wanted? Yes, we did, perfect. So let's check our flight plan. Alright, so we want a last minute travel for our 126 going today from London. Or Chicago to LA for our 180 would be perfect. So from London today for our 126. Now the penalty on this is huge. That's crazy. But that works. That's what we want. Okay. Do we have any other ones that would be good for us to do today? Atlantis to Warsaw. That's on Monday. 0 penalty. But I just know I'm not going to use that because it's in the middle of nowhere. I don't have any planes there. Oh, Madrid to Rome today, no penalty. I'll take that one. And let's go back and see what those two got replaced with. Okay, nothing of interest. Let's go put these flights in. So the 126. So this one here works. Can we squeeze that in? No. What if we do it the other way around? Nope. Okay, alright. So that's not going to work, but this one here has no penalty. I can try it for our 180. But you know what, that has to be done today, and I just know that the time isn't going to work out, so yeah, there's no penalty on it, so we'll just pay that straight away. It works out pretty good. So what we want now is Houston back to London, so flights from America to London, in particular Houston would be great, but anywhere nearby would still save us money compared to what we're currently playing. What happened there? Branches, Delhi, LA and Peking. Was I not the highest bidder for those branches yesterday? I could have sworn I was. Maybe I misread that letter. Okay, well we'll try LA again, see if they've got anything else. So we went from LA to somewhere back in Europe. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Let's go check the boss's office, and we'll wait. But I must have misread. I'll check that back. Oh, Sydney. That's pretty cool, seeing as I live in Australia. We'll take that one. It's not the most useful to us at the moment because we're obviously up in England, but yeah, it works. It's a useful branch to have. I try to get all of them eventually anyway. So, okay, quick look in the plane broker. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really on edge now wanting this to happen. Let's go have a chat with Rick. Now, Rick will give you advice. If you're a new player to the game, go to Rick's cafe every day and he'll tell you some things. And I'll just show you the setup of this. So you can speak to this guy.
And then I said, not this way. No, not with me.
He's just this random drunken sat at the bar. I think the story turns out like he used to be a pilot and whatever. He's just there for fun, really. But this is Rick here, and you can speak to Rick.
What would you like to drink?
I heard you know quite a lot about airlines.
Indeed. Ages ago, I even owned one. Hey, now I remember who you are. Your picture was in the newspaper recently. You're head of one of the airlines, aren't you?
Exactly. I wanted to ask whether you've got some tips for me.
Sure I have. By the way, just call me Rick. The first thing you should do is to get orders. There are 2 travel agencies on the airport where you can get some. You could also call abroad. If you haven't already, you should buy yourself a Filofax and a cell phone. That saves a lot of time. You can find these things in the duty-free shop.
Alright guys, so let's go to the duty-free shop a second and I'll explain. I did kind of touch on this in the first episode, why I haven't bought these items. So we've got a mobile phone here, it's 300 grand, and a Filofax is 5 grand. Now, the Filofax, if you buy that, what it will do is you can click on it down here in your hotbar and click on like duty free or bank or whatever to get around the airport. But like I know all of the hotkeys, so it's just, I mean, it's only £5 but I just would not use it. It's kind of pointless. So if you're new to the game, then sure, maybe use it and that's cool. But for me, there's really no point. The cell phone, well, I've got a phone in my office when I want to make calls. The cell phone just means that people can call you when you're out and about, and they might call you and say, do you want to do a collaboration, that kind of thing, like your other competitors, the red guy, the blue guy, the green guy, or the yellow guy, I should say, in our case. To me, I don't want to do collaborations. I want to buy these guys out, and I want to, crush them as soon as possible and expand my own airline. So I'm really not bothered about trying to do anything, along those sort of lines. So that's why I don't bother doing them. But if you're new to the game, sure, get yourself a cell phone, get yourself a Filofax. It's not going to hurt. Okay, so we're going to be in Moscow for our 126 today, and still looking for one from America for tomorrow. So we'll go down here and see if there's anything from America back home. Ottawa's kind of close enough, but it's not the right day because we need it to be for Monday, and none of these are really that great. This is a pretty good flight on Tuesday, actually. Stockholm to London. It's a short flight with a high premium, so that's pretty good. We'll do that one. Any others that I kind of like? Nah, not really. Okay, back to the flight plan. We want to go to this one. Stockholm. Oh no, actually, we do want it on this one, don't we? So on Tuesday, we can put that in there. And wow, that's a huge profit for one flight, especially like such a small little flight like that. So that's useful. But still, we want to go to last minute travel and see if we can get anything from Moscow today. That's a very short flight where we could earn a little bit of money, but I don't think it's going to fit in. Because if you can't fly a flight on the right day, if there's not enough space in there to fly it, in terms of like, because I'd have like this waiting time. So like if I just put this flight here, right, you see how I've got like the fly time between Moscow and Stockholm. That's because that's where my plane currently is. So I have to fly to Stockholm, then it can fly the flight order, which is Stockholm to London. Well, if I put something in there today, the wait time, once that goes in, by the time it's flown from Moscow, which it is now, to wherever it goes, I'm just going to miss out and I'm going to have to pay the penalty, which obviously is not a good idea. It would be kind of useful to have another plane, and we're getting to the point now where we could spend our money on a plane if we wanted to. But I think I'll just focus for now on filling out these orders. Okay, so the museum and the advertising, yeah, they are both closed today. Okay, I was going to come on to oil. If we go in here and we click here, you'll see here this is the market price for oil, $535, and it tells you about planes will be filled at market price because your tanks are empty. Now, the guy we spoke to when we took the guitar to from Petrol Air, you can speak to this guy and you can buy oil from him. But to be honest, guys, it's just not something I've ever bothered with. If we go on to this one here and we can look at the finances, you can see a very good overview of what you're spending on all different things. Now, somewhere in here, I haven't done this in a little while, somewhere in here, there we go, kerosene. So I just buy it at market price. Now, okay, Haley's currently doing better than I am, marginally, but I'm doing better than the red guy, Captain Ashes, and the yellow guy, which is there. So for those of you who missed the first episode or whatever, those are my patrons, they're named after this, but anyway. So, and I find that throughout the game, my oil doesn't go that much higher than anyone else's. In fact, I'm usually doing better than they are. So I really don't bother with the oil, but if you want to do it, obviously you can look at it. Okay, everything else, it's always good to kind of check this and sort of see if there's any really extreme outliers where, are you paying a lot more than other people are for certain things, and if you are, then it's a good indicator that you could be doing something better. But at the moment we're doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So I want to check these travel agents again, and man, it just seems like nobody's taking flights. One thing you can do as well is if you're really desperately looking for a flight, and let's say this one here, Vienna to London, I don't want that flight, but it's got a 0 penalty. I could just take it, pay the penalty of 0, and then when I come back, obviously it refreshes the thing, and you get a new flight there. So another little tip. Let's check your rig's office. Alright, we're still top of the Sydney leaderboard. You know what, let's do some little item trades here. I'll just show you guys a few things. So, we can take this postcard. Right, that goes down there into our hotbar. Now, if we go to our personal office, we can give the postcard to this lady.
Thanks. What a nice postcard.
Now, we can take some pills from her.
Sure, just help yourself.
So before, she would not have let us take the pills. Okay, it's only because that we gave her those items, right? Now, if I go down to this guy here, this is the newspaper stand. Alright, so K is the hotkey for that one. Now if you look here, you can hover over things and you get all these random news stories and things like that. But these right here are stink bombs, which you can't take at the moment. But if I give him these, which I'm not able to at the moment, because he's asleep and I can't interact with him. But if I give him those, eventually once he wakes up, which will happen, you know, in a few days or whatever throughout the game, I can get stink bombs, and I can put them down here. These are my opponent's gates, right, where people wait for their flights. And then as people are waiting for their flights, they get this horrible smell, and you know, it's just kind of funny. You just kind of mess them up, and then they obviously don't enjoy that. So that kind of works, just as a bit of fun, and I'll show you how to do that one in the future. But for now, there's one we can actually do, and that's if we go to the root board, we can take these paper clips. Alright, so we take those, double hit H, and we're going to go to the cargo hall, give this guy the paper clips.
Paper clips are much more useful. If you want, you can have the glue. I don't need it anymore.
Alright, so he says we can have the glue. Here is the glue. Alright, so now, let's see. Let's go up to Haley's office, right outside Haley's office like this. Oh, look at that, we just missed it. Wait, if we zoom on past her, and then place the glue, there we go. So she gets stuck there, and she's not able to do her work for a long period of time while she's stuck there. Eventually, she does become unstuck. But yeah, just thought I'd show you guys that. It's a bit of fun, kind of a little way of sabotaging your opponents and what have you. So yeah. Anyway, that's that. Alrighty, let's have a look at what we're doing here. Okay, anything around Europe today or tomorrow for our little plane would be good. Last minute's closed. Let's go down to this one. Okay, this is until Thursday. Yeah, I'll take that one for tomorrow. This gets us back to London, but that's not until Wednesday. Another one until Thursday, but not the best premiums. It's Wednesday again. A lot of these are for like really far off in the future. It's kind of annoying. That's on Monday, and that gets us back to London. I reckon we would make a little bit out of that one on our small plane. That's also Monday, but no, we're not going to. Actually, it is a really small distance. Let's just take it. And what else can we get here? Okay, I might just need to get these in for now. I don't want to overdo this. Yeah, so that one there would lose us 50. If we put Oslo instead, we only lose 13. If we were to do London to Athens, we would lose 20. Alright, so this was our best one. So that can go in there. Oh my goodness. Right, so this one here can go in there, and this one here, that was already in there, wasn't it? And we'll put that one in there. Okay, so we're going to make, 25k there, take away 7, add 3, add 34, take away 19, but then add 2, 49. So we're making a little bit of money. We're ticking along, we're flying passengers. It's not a bad idea, and we will make a little bit out of it. We're going to make 91 on this one, and then we still need to find that American flight back to London if possible, but it's just not happening, and that would be for tomorrow. Now Lanzarote back to London tomorrow, we could look at. Oh, it's shut. Alright, let's just quickly check the boss's office. We are still the number one donor, I was going to say, the number one bidder on that, but some guy's just gone in there. Another little tip, you can click the clock to speed time up if you want to do that just briefly. Yes, I'll wait. Right, we're still number one, good. Alright, so let's end the day there and see how we do. So we went from about 2-3 to up to about 2-6, so that's good. Okay, so I will show you this meeting, guys, because something interesting has happened. We got this guy right here. Now you might have recognised him from the sabotage area. That guy being there means that one of these two, because I didn't, has sabotaged this person here. Now I'm going to do the briefing, and the boss is going to talk about the sabotage. So if you pay attention, you might be able to figure out who it was that did sabotage him. Take a look.
Good morning. I'm afraid I have bad news. There's been a sabotage incident at
Phoenix Travel. Brochures in someone else's plane. It seems that someone claims the glory for himself.
I can't tolerate things like that in my airport. I want to warn the person who did it not to try anything like that again.
Alright guys, so I don't know if you saw, but a little halo come up above Haley's head there, meaning that she was the one who indeed sabotaged Captain Ash. Okay, what is this? We don't care about that. Auction. Right, you were the highest bidder in that one. Okay, good. So now if I go on cool branches, it is there. Okay, so I must have just lost the other ones. Alright, let's do our flight plan real quick here. Athens to Stockholm today for that one, but alright, last minute travel. We need to find something back to London. At this point, I'm going to take just about anything. Stockholm back to London is not the best though. Denver to Bermuda. It's probably not ideal. Maybe I just take the Stockholm 1. Okay, I'll take it. Anything better come up there? Not really. Okay, well, we should still make a little bit out of this. Wait, Tuesday, so it needs to go in there. Okay, and then we'll do that. So we're going to make 109, so 318 minus 84, so I think it's probably coming out about right. There's not a lot I can do about that one for now, we'll just leave that on there. We'll check the travel agent, see if there's any good flights in here. London to Helsinki until then. None of these have really got like huge premiums or anything. And our flight plan's not looking too bad now though. This one's pretty booked up for today. It's going to make a good amount of money. Something good from London tomorrow for the 126. And something good from Europe tomorrow for the 180. That's what we need to sort of remember. But I think this is probably a pretty good place to end this episode, guys. So I am going to stop that one here. Next time when we come back, I'm going to do more of the item stuff and show you guys more about, you know, trading these items and doing kind of fun little things like that. And you know what? Let's get into doing a little bit of sabotage as well, because it is a bit of fun. Opens up a bit of rivalry, a bit of warring between you and your opponents. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. As always, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time.